Welcome back, people. It's been a while now since G4TV shut down, but like a bad, unrelenting spectre, it won't go away. And every little while, you hear some nonsense come out about it. Now, I did a video talking about how Frosk was responsible for like probably 80-85% of the reason G4 shut down after her rant about, if you don't like it, don't watch it. Peace. People did that, they took your advice, they walked away. But I also said that G4 had serious problems in of itself going along. The things that they were doing weren't making any kind of calculated sense to anybody, because for some sick reason they seemed interested in destroying what was going on rather than actually, fixing it in some way about it. But now we get a piece of information here about what it is they were actually looking for at G4 and why they themselves are responsible for their own downfall. It shows the kind of mentality that these people who were working there, who were running the everything, had in mind, and how that does not translate to anything today. These are the people who like to talk about how they're so progressive and so this and so that, and about modern issues and all kind of nonsense. But all you see is a bunch of backwards, hateful, ignorant wackos who don't care about anything and want to just destroy everything. For this article here, G4 reportedly asked potential hosts to argue in favor of cancelling Batman because he's rich and he's white. That's it, Now the whole thing goes on about it. It says, in case there were any lingering doubts that Comcast recently deceased reboot of G4 was doomed to fail from the start, a popular streamer has alleged that during an interview for a potential hosting position, the network's representatives were bafflingly, though unsurprisingly, interested in her potential support for cancelling Batman. Now, this whole thing goes on about this streaming thing on Twitch with this person called RGT85, and the cast is called a spawn cast after show debauchery thing, and the person who is giving the account, the lady who's giving the account of what happened is someone called some content creator streamer called Miss Click. Now, I've never seen any of this before. I don't know these people or anything like that, but what she has to say is so shocking. You really find it hard to believe that they could do this kind of nonsense. You really do. Let's take a look at what it is she has to say in regards to the hiring process over at G4.
Do you think? I have a question, because we're talking about all this Batman stuff. Do you think now that G4 is gone, I can talk about stuff?
Yeah. Yeah. What are they gonna do? Yeah.
Fuck G4. So, what do you mean?
Okay, so I thought a bunch of people were apparently there was a whole brigade of people hating on wanting to cancel Batman or whatever, and I didn't know about it. So
for what?
Okay, so people are always yo, G4 shut down because of this or that, and I'm like, bro, I was already sus with G4 shutting down from the interview process, because they offered me a host position or whatever, and you got to relocate out to LA,
right?
If we go through the final selection, blah blah blah. So I go through the interview process, and the guy that was interviewing me, he goes, so why should we cancel Batman? And
what?
I was like, wait, what? And he's like, yeah, why do you believe we should cancel Batman? And I was like, why are we canceling Batman? He's like, because he's rich and he's white. And I was like, well, what do those two have to do with each other? Yeah, people believe that he just skates on the law, and that if someone of color did the same exact thing, they wouldn't get away with it like he does.
That's a real ass question that they asked you?
That's literally what G4 recruiting asked me. And whoever their manager was, or whatever their interviewers were doing. So I think this is one of the reasons why they didn't proceed me to the next level, because I was like, well, I mean, to be honest, if I was getting like robbed or assaulted in Arkham or something, I wouldn't really care who's saving me. I don't care if he's rich and white. I just care enough that he's like actually like saving people. Because are you gonna do anything about it? And yeah, he didn't like that answer. But when people are like, "Yo, Frost killed G4," I was like, honestly, G4's been dead since the interview process. And then later on, another question they asked me was, "Okay, besides Batman, what other superhero would you cancel?"
You know, I know exactly who they wanted you to say. They wanted you to say Spider-Man because he works with the NYPD. Fucking Kotaku, every time a Spider-Man game comes out, I can't believe we're glamorizing this. It's like, shut the fuck up, you fucking fat white woman who's writing this article.
Well, the thing is, like, this was a dude asking me, so I was like, what the heck? So I literally, I was like, I don't think I have an answer, and he's like, well, you have to give one or whatever. Like, you have to give one. Like, you can't just not. So I think I said something like Punisher or something, even though he's like one of my favorites. I was like, Punisher? And he's like, good answer. And I was like, okay, whatever. I was like, I'm turning this job down.
What was the bad answer?
I don't know. But yeah, like G4 was scrap before it even began. So that's my opinion on it.
Damn.
Necro Banana misspelled price. He forgets words, Senorita.
That actually that kind of makes sense. What happened with G4 then? Okay.
Yeah, no, that's everybody who got a job at G4, like they had to answer that question. So like it's not that I was judging them, but like I was like, I wonder who they picked. Like I wonder what their answer was to get the job.
Right. That's some fuckery.
Yeah, it was really fucked up.
You really had to wonder what the hell was going on with this thing, because you listen to her and what she said during the interview process. They wanted the question that they asked that she had to answer is why they should cancel Batman, because he's rich and he's white. And she made a good point. If she's getting robbed and assaulted, she doesn't really care the skin color of whoever. What she cares about, this person is brave enough and actually skilled enough to save her life. You're not going to do it. And they were damn upset because, and their response is that, because Batman is rich and white, he could get away with it. If it was a person of color doing it, they would never be allowed to get away with it. And it's absolute and utter dotishness. Absolute and utter dotishness. What does a person's skin color have to do with what it is they're going to do? It doesn't make sense. And then after that, no, they asked her, well, okay, besides Batman, what other superhero should they cancel? And she was confused. She said, well, I don't know, Punisher. And they're like, yeah, he needs to get canceled. I mean, and she made a very good point. Everybody who worked at G4 had to answer that question, had to be in support of canceling Batman and canceling other superheroes. And you begin to see the mentality of these sick individuals. I think this is Miss Click here. This is a picture of her here. I believe so, right here. But this is the mentality of these individuals. They all operate in this hive mind mentality. They must destroy everything. They think that they're being so progressive and so cutting edge and so this, but all you sound like are a bunch of whiny, ignorant, disturbed little peons who have a problem with everything that doesn't fit into the box you've put yourself into. And anything else becomes a problem. This network was doomed to fail from the beginning because you have an interview process and you're asking people, why should we cancel Batman? What the hell did Batman ever do to you? Well, he's rich and white. You understand? So when I talk about them and I do videos and I show that these people have problems with white people, you figure it's a joke. I mean, look at what they want to do to Fred in the new Velma spin-off. They basically want to completely emasculate Fred and turn him into a simpering, whining waste of white skin. That's it. And they constantly try to do it. They have a problem with all sorts of things. Somebody said to me recently in a response to the video that I did on Passing of Kevin Conroy. And somebody said that, it's only a matter of time until other people start to come out and make all kind of assertions against him. And I was like, you know what? The hell with them. The man did good work. He did this. Let that be what it is. Okay. But here you listening to this woman telling you that she went for an interview for a host position at G4, and they're like, okay, well, you'll have to relocate out to California. Okay, no problem. And the main thing in the interview that they're asking her, not about whether it is, she's qualified as a gamer, does she like this and that, is she a fan of pop culture, does she have a problem being on screen, kind of thing. None of that, Why should they cancel Batman? What other superhero should they cancel? What did Batman ever do to you? Oh, he's rich and white. What did Punisher ever do to you? Well, he's white. And what she said is actually very, very good. And somebody else asked the question, what was the wrong answer? What was the wrong answer? What if she had said something like about, I don't know, canceling Storm from the X-Men? They probably would have lost their minds. Why would you make it apparent in the interview process? The question you have to ask is to cancel Batman. So now we understand the mentality behind Frosk and the rest of them, because they all had to answer that question, and they all clearly showed that they were on the same wavelength as them. I said before, I say again, Frosk may have started a whole sexism in gaming rant and one and the other and all of this, okay. But before, the G4 of years past, when G4 was actually good, when X-Play was actually good, well, they would have made some sort of joke about it, and then, in a serious but jokey way to address the situation, you decided to take a rant and attack your fans. They walked away. The rest of the network plummeted so hard, it got cancelled. And now we get to understand that these sickos who ran it had a problem with Batman because he's rich and white, and they needed you to hate him just as much as they hate themselves. This is the sick mentality of these people. This is it. Batman did nothing to them, but no, because he's rich and white, we need you to give a good reason as to why we should cancel Batman in order for you to join our hive mind network of workingness. She was very right to turn down that gig, and I support her for it, because this kind of craziness shows that this network was doomed from the start. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. If you have a different opinion, I'd love to hear it. If you like the video, be sure to hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Ring the notification bell. You're notified every time I put out a new video. And I shall see you all next time. Cancel Batman. Wow. Doomed to fail. Take care.